Let's,
Okay, so I've got the Zoom recording going. So whatever's going on or not going on with Facebook, it's at least recording here. So let me stop sharing for 1 second. My name is Wendy Lewis. Hi, how you doing? And this is Jason, and this is Learning Lunchables. Every week on Thursdays, we're trying to go on Facebook. I'm not sure if this is working today or not, to talk about some important strategies for local business owners to help to future-proof your business and rethink the way that you're doing business. So what we're going to be talking about today actually is how a client-based website increases sales. And so I want you to kind of rethink your website in 2022 and beyond, because the way that many small businesses are doing their website is not helping them, and it's not helping their current customers or their future prospects. So what we're going to be talking about today is how focusing on the customer gets you sales. So we're going to talk about what a client-based website means, how you future-proof your business, what a client-based website needs, tools and strategies for your website, and what we're going to be talking about next week on Learning Lunchables. So let's get started. What are we going to talk about today? So the expectations and outcomes for you as a viewer today is you want to learn what a client-based website is, obviously, why you need to have it, and what tools you might want to achieve that goal. Also, an important expectation for you is to understand how a client-based website affects your online presence, helps overcome the 5 top challenges that businesses are facing in 2022, and how it's a part of the 5 strategies your business needs to survive in 2022. So one of the things that I'm doing with this Learning Lunchable right now is I'm trying to help companies understand the 5 strategies that your business needs to survive in 2022 and beyond. So every week, what we're going to be looking at as another aspect of how you can implement these different strategies and how you can overcome the top 5 challenges that you're facing right now. So having a website where people can not only learn about you, but also buy from you meets the needs of today's customers, helps you offset some of the challenges businesses now face, and provides future opportunities for your business. But many businesses have websites that are static, they're difficult to navigate, or they don't move prospects to the next stage of their buying journey. The challenge then becomes creating a website that generates revenue for your business. This is not just something that you throw up on the internet and forget about it. It actually needs to have a return of your expenditures and actually help you get sales and not just sit there and look pretty or ugly or however on the internet. So what do we mean by client-based website? The aspects of a client-based website are, can people easily understand what you do and why they should care? Can they quickly find why they should trust you above your competitors? And how easy is it to buy from you? Okay. So now that we're in here for a few minutes, does it look like we're showing up at all? Jason, I'm going to keep on going, but.
no, we are not showing up at all, and I have verified I am definitely in the right place. So
Okay.
Just carry on. And since we're talking, the bottom bar of your screen is now showing up. I see.
Okay. There it goes.
Oh,
it's now away.
Perfect. Excellent.
Okay. Now you made me lose my prize. Okay, got it.
Well, that's
all
what
right,
I'm
here we
for.
go.
I'm here to screw you up.
But see, when you're looking at Facebook, it still says it's showing. So we probably have 10 minutes of us just like talking on the Facebook live video, but whatever.
Well, who doesn't want to listen to us just randomly talk for 10 minutes?
Yeah, we're a treat.
We're exciting as heck.
Yes, we are. All right, so future-proofing your business. I have this as a repetitive section in every Learning Lunchable because that is what you really need to be able to do. We used to talk about future-proofing your business, and some companies are like, oh yeah, that sounds cool, but they never really understood the importance of it until the year that shall not be named hit, and everything just went to poop. And we're sitting here going, oh my goodness, everything that we used to do isn't working. Now what do I do? So that's really what I want to help companies do, is help future-proof your business, improvise, overcome, and adapt. So how does focusing on the people who come to your website help you to protect your business from current and future challenges? So this is stuff that I've also gone over in the last two Facebook Lives that we've talked about, but people want to shop local still. Even though the internet has become bigger, people are shopping more online, they still do want to shop local. According to NerdWallet, who did a poll last year, 40% of Americans still make an effort to shop local, and brick and mortar businesses are predicted to shine this year. So if you're a brick and mortar business, you do have the ability to experience growth and have a good 2022 if you do it right. So let's talk about what customers want, because if you're not focusing on what customers want, then everything else is just not going to be important. 97% of users learn about local companies online. They look at Google, they look at social media, they look at the other review sites like Yelp and places like that that are available to them to find local businesses online. 56% of people that visit the Google business profile of a company, their next step is looking at the company's website. So even if they plan on visiting your local store, they're still going to look at your website first. 75% of consumers admit to making judgments about the credibility of a company based on its website design. So no matter how fantastic your website, your company is, if your website is poop, they're not going to believe you're credible. And 88% of online consumers are less likely to return to a website after they've had a bad experience. So again, you might focus on customer service and the customer experience at your local business, but if you're not focusing on that as well on the online experience, then people are not going to come back to you. So these are the 5 strategies for survival that I reviewed in the first Learning Lunchable that we did, and what the focus is for the Learning Lunchables that we're doing this year. The 5 strategies for survival are: you want to have new ways to deliver existing offerings, whether that's sales or like a service-based business or products. You want to be able to increase online sales. As a matter of fact, NerdWallet did another survey where they were talking to businesses about what they thought was important for 2022. And 88% of them, even brick and mortar businesses, said that increasing online sales was going to be their main priority. And if you're curious, 97% said purchasing more technical products that help them increase their digital presence and their website. So you need to manage customer expectations. You need to improve your marketing results, and you need to invest in new technology. So those are the things that you need to be able to do to future-proof your business. These are the 5 business challenges. This is a source of Small Business Report, Small Business Trends. They did a report it was the end of 2021. So they said it was a forecast for 2021 and 2022, but it was closer to the 4th quarter of 2021 that they did this. They found that the 5 small business challenges that most brick and mortar businesses were reporting were loss of revenue, budget cuts, reducing salaries, temporary closures, and temporary pivots because of the issues from 2020 that had carried over to 2021. And even though we keep talking about them as temporary pivots, honestly, a lot of the challenges that are here with the Great Resignation and the issues with supply lines and the issue with that shall not be named are going to continue, and we're going to still be seeing ramifications of those. And little sidebar, part of the Great Resignation isn't just people unsatisfied with their current conditions, whether it be the culture of the company or their pay. It's also an impact of what's called the gray tsunami. So people in the baby boomer age have been retiring in great numbers. That happened before 2020. And that was a small impact, but now you're combining that with everything else that happened. And that's just kind of blown a little bit more out of proportion. And that's making businesses that used to have just maybe a slight issue from the gray tsunami now experience bigger problems. So building an online presence is something that we talked about in last week's Learning Lunchable as one of the key ways to help implement those 5 strategies that businesses need for survival. And these were the different areas that we covered in last week's Learning Lunchable. So we're talking this week about a website that is customer centric, but over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about all of these different elements in different ways. So let's get to the meat of the issue. The main goal of an online presence should be to send people to the website. Now, I know you do want people to also visit your local store, and a lot of people will, but typically what they do is they do online research via either Google Business Profile or another directory or social media. Then they go to the website. Then maybe they're going to go to your physical store. So that website is often a key stop in between. So, and I'm probably paraphrasing, and I think I may have had this kind of wrong, but what Jason loves to say when he's talking to our clients and our prospects is nothing hurts a good company faster than a bad website. How close is that? Did I get that pretty close?
That is very good. And yes, it's true, because if you bring somebody to a bad website, it's going to tank your business pretty quickly. I'll shut up because I bet you have more to say on the subject.
Yes. So that's the analogy that Jason likes to use when he's talking to prospects and end customers about why a website is important. And what I like to say is, you wouldn't like to spend money inviting people to a big party at your house, then not bother to spend time, money, and effort to set up your house for the party. So that's what a lot of businesses end up doing. They invest a lot of money in sales. They invest in a lot of money in hiring good salespeople. They invest a lot of money in advertising, whether it's online advertising, social media advertising, TV advertising, radio advertising, but then they send everybody to a really crappy website. And it's the same analogy as having people show up to your house for a party and it looks like it's a disaster. People are going to have the same kind of response to a party that's thrown poorly and that the house that looks horrible, and than it does if you're going to be going to a website. Matter of fact, you've got less time on a website to form a good opinion than you do when people come to your house, because they might stay long enough for you to say, oh, well, the dog threw up, or my kid did this and sorry. They don't even give you that much time when you're looking at a website. So, common issues with small business websites. 97% of small business websites are ineffective. 23% of small business websites get updated less than once a year. 70% of small business websites have no call to action at all. 68% of websites don't have an email address on the homepage or any other contact information, by the way. 82% of small business websites don't have social media accounts connected to them or present. So you might have a Facebook, but you're not telling people about it on your website. 94% of small business websites are not mobile friendly and will not render successfully on mobile devices or smartphones. And another sidebar, determining whether or not your website is mobile friendly, the end all test is not looking at it on your smartphone to see if you can see it. There are a lot of elements that come into a website being mobile friendly. And just because you can see everything from your website on your smartphone doesn't necessarily mean that you have a mobile friendly website. We'll talk about that at another time. So this is a true story. I was in college And I was walking across the quad and a friend of mine was asking if I had started a project for one of my classes. And I said, well, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And a professor came up to me and said, okay, here you go. He had actually made these little wooden circles that had the word "to it" on it. So he says, here's your round to it, get your project done. You have no more excuses. And like I said, that's an actual true story that actually happened to me. I still have it. So a lot of people that I talk to about why their website has the issues they have is because they keep saying, well, I wanted to have something on the internet. I wanted to have some kind of internet presence. So I just had a half-assed website built and I just haven't gotten around to it when it comes to fixing my website. So everybody that's watching this Facebook Live or seeing this recording, you now have your round to it. All your excuses are gone, and this is what you need to do to get going. So what you need to understand is when people go to a website, where do they go? What are the important aspects of your website? After landing on a homepage, 86% of visitors want to see information about that company's products or services. 64% of visitors want to see the company's contact information after landing on the homepage. So either that's a pop-up that comes up with the contact information, it's in the top menu bar, it's down at the bottom, they visit a contact us page, they want to know what your contact information is. And that's not just going to the contact us page and having a form for them to fill out. That's honest to God, what your email address is, what your address is, what your phone number is. They want to have that information. Once on a company's homepage, 52% of visitors want to see about us information. So they want to know about you, they want to know about your employees, and they want to know about your vision and your mission statement. And we'll talk about that in a second. 47% of website visitors check out a company's product or services page before they even look at any other section of the website. So if you have products and services, which is what most brick and mortar companies do, if you don't have that listed on your website, then people are going to go away before they even look at any other page. So what is important about a homepage? What do you need to have on the homepage to make it simple and effective? One of the key things that people don't understand when they're looking at a website is a lot of business owners have heard the term landing page. And what they think of it when they hear the word landing page is a page that you send people to from an ad where they have like a ton of information and buy now everywhere. So it's the way that you're actually selling a product or service or getting them to sign up for an ebook or getting them to attend a webinar, whatever the goal is. But most people don't think about the fact that your homepage is one of the most visited web pages on your entire website. So you need to think of your homepage as if it's a landing page, because for a lot of people it is. So some of the things that you need to include on your homepage is a video. Videos increase conversion rates by 86%. And on your homepage, good information to include in the video is information that you have in the About Us section and information about your mission, what it is that you guys are all about, why you created the company, and who it is that you wish to serve. And then you need to cover the value proposition on your website in some form. And in the value proposition, you need to cover the how, the what, and the why. How your product solves the customer's problems, what specific benefits your products deliver, and why they should purchase from you instead of a competitor. So pardon my French, but they need to know why they want to give a shit. Who cares? You sell a product, you sell a service, so do 20 other million companies out there sell the same product or the same service or something similar. Why should they care about you versus your competitors? And if you don't have that aspect, nothing else is going to matter. Testimonials and associations are very important on the homepage of a website. And then what you want to do with that is you want to have a couple of key testimonials and a couple of key associations on the homepage, but then you want to have a link to case studies, more testimonials, and more association information deeper into the website. So capture that attention and then get them to move deeper into your website. Same thing with products and services. Any key offerings that you might have, whether it's a service or a product, you want to have that on the homepage where it's easily seen. Then have them go deeper into your website so that they can learn about more products, more services, more things that you offer. So from the homepage, you want people to go deeper. You don't want them to land on the homepage, take a quick look, and then bounce off. Things that you should add to your website. Videos to key landing pages. We already talked about how the homepage is a key landing page, but your main service page, your main about us page, your home page for your blog, as well as the individual pages for the products and services that you have to offer, you're going to want a video. You don't need to have it long. No more than a minute is really good, but you need to have video because that attracts people's attention. If it summarizes the information on the page, then that way you're done. If people don't want to look at the rest of the page and the actual text that you have there, at least you've gotten that key information delivered to them. And some people, that's all they want, and then they'll go on from there. You're going to want to have your contact information on every page of your website. You're going to want a phone number. You're going to want a way for them to email you if they want. You need to have a way to capture their email information. And with that, that means something of value to offer them, not just sign up so that I can send you emails once a week about my blogs. You want actual valuable information that they're going to want, and it's going to encourage them to fill out the form. You're going to want call to actions on every page of your website. That doesn't always have to be buy this, but it can be something like go here to learn more, or here, fill out this form so that you can get more information, or a calendar so that they can set up an appointment to talk to you to learn about more. Or maybe it's, hey, look at this great blog post that's got to do with more about what we're talking about here, or here's a case study. But you need to have some kind of call to action on every page of your website. Live chat should be on your website, a way for people to talk to you live when they have questions. And I know a lot of people think that those little live chat bubbles are annoying, but 6 people that interact with the live chat spend 60% more on a website than people that don't. So it's a key feature to have. You want to have frequently asked questions, maybe even on the homepage, have a couple of questions that people continually ask. And then on each of your page, maybe on your About Us page, you have some frequently asked questions about the company. On one of your product pages, you have key questions about that product, but then always link to your main FAQ page. You're going to want testimonials, associations, and case studies. You're going to want to have a page that focuses just on that, as well as key applicable testimonials, case studies, and associations on the different pages of your website. You're going to want to have online purchase options, even if it's pay here and buy in store. You want to have those options on your website. And you're going to want to have pop-ups. I know that a lot of people think that pop-ups are ineffective, but they have been proven to improve the interactions. 40% of pop-ups convert on most of your websites, and that's better than the emails. Emails, only 27% of emails convert. So what are some of the tools that you need to add for your website? You need to have a video plugin. A lot of WordPress features will have the ability to have a YouTube embed. So you don't need to actually purchase anything so much as just have a way for you to connect your YouTube channel to your website. And you can make those videos, if you wish, viewable only so that people that land on the website view those, and they don't land on a YouTube channel if you don't really want to push a YouTube channel. You need to have forms and surveys. You need to have a plugin that connects your website to your CRM, whether it's MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, whatever it is, so that when you are getting information from those forms and surveys, they're actually going into a database that you can use to further nurture people. You need to have the live chat feature, which we already talked about. You do need to have some kind of landing page plugin. Landing pages are very important, and trying to create them on an average WordPress template does not always work. There are a lot of different landing page plugins available. Some are free, some are freemium that you can use to make your landing pages more effective. You need to have an online shopping cart. You need to have an online payment portal. A membership site plugin would be great if you offer services and not products, a private way for people to access your different services, even if it's videos to educate them. If you're a consultant, if you offer, like say you do taxes, then you can have a membership plugin where they can get access to their tax information online and still hold to privacy rules. Pop-up plugins are another important tool for your website. So, website strategies. What you want to do, starting when you're done with this video or watching us on live, if we're actually going, I'm not really sure about that. That's never been confirmed today, but your next step is you need to take a look at your website. You need to figure out what's working, what's not working, and what's missing. So, what is working on your website right now? How does your website currently help convert visitors into sales and recurring sales? What's missing? Do you capture visitors right now? Do you have videos or other features that we talked about in that last screen on your website? Can people purchase your offerings online? Do you have the ability to answer questions in real time? Because if you don't answer their question quickly, then they may not come back. They may go to another site where they can get their answers handled in real time. What isn't working? What pages have the highest bounce rate? Where do people go after they land on those key landing pages, and what happens to them once they get there? So one of the things that you're going to need to have is you're going to need to have some kind of analytics tool that's going to help you get all of that key information. Google Analytics and Google Search Console is free. And when it's connected to your website, does give you a lot of information. There are other tools available. Some people are not big fans of Google Analytics or Google Console, and there are paid tools, but you might want to start with these free tools and then work to maybe get one of those other tools like SEMrush or a lot of the other ones that are available once you start getting some revenue from your website. So the next learning Lunchable that we're going to be looking at is you are what you eat. And yes, that is a play on words because it's talking about what Google Eat is and how it affects your online presence and your reputation. So if you want to learn more about that, tune in next week, March 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So because we don't really know if we're going online, I doubt very highly we have any questions. Do we have any questions, Jason?
We don't have any questions, but what I can share with you for posterity is we finally showed up visible online 19 minutes ago, and I keep getting a waiting for live stream buffering message. So I don't know if it was a Facebook thing or how we're streaming, but we will definitely look into that for next week.
Yes, and I did kind of rush through this recording here a little bit because I wasn't sure how things were showing up on the live stream. And I did say it was going from 1 to 1:30. So I wanted to make sure that I got as much information in that window as possible. So if you need to like slow my voice down because I'm sounding like one of the chipmunks because I'm talking so fast on the recording, then you might need to do that. But we do record these on Zoom, which could be part of the problem with the whole interaction with the live stream. I like to do these on Zoom simply because then I can offer these presentations and make it more like a webinar than a Facebook Live. I want to give people, as much value as possible. So think of this as kind of like if a webinar and Facebook Live had a love child. So that's kind of what I'm trying to accomplish. It might take us a couple of tries here with wonderful technology to perfect it. But because we're recording this on Zoom, if you go to our website, tryourmarketingsolutions.com, you can access the recording for this Learning Lunchable, as well as the other two that we've had, and have a schedule of what the next couple of Learning Lunchables are like. And you can register for them. If you register for any of our Learning Lunchables, you will get access to the Zoom channel. So you'll be able to see this on Zoom and not on Facebook, which to me is a little bit intimate and a little bit more susceptible to answering questions and having actual conversations. I like to have these on live because I like to reach as many people as possible, but I prefer the intimacy of Zoom. So you can go there, look at this video, and register for future Learning Lunchables. If you want to ask us any questions, you can always email us at info@tryourmarketingsolutions.com. And our phone number, that's the main office line. Feel free to call. If it's out of our office hours, you can also text us and you will get an answer. It might be a short answer and we might get back to you more during normal business hours, but we will at least respond to you via text if it happens to be outside of our normal business hours. Do you have anything to add to that, Jason, at all?
I would like to say, insert witty comment here.
Okay. Well, we're not editing these.
I know. Oh,
So, okay.
Right. No, I have nothing.
All right. Well, I do want to thank everybody for your time, even future people that are watching this. I do want to thank you for your time. And I do hope that this does become a weekly valuable break for you every Thursday, 30 minutes while you eat your lunch, drink a cup of coffee, have kombucha. I think that's the way you pronounce it. It's really gross, but I guess some people like it. Whatever your favorite beverage or food is, and learn some valuable information on how you can look at your business differently in 2022 and beyond. So I'm going to stop sharing.
All right.
So you can see my lovely face and Jason's little graphic there, and wave again. And we are going to stop the recording.